as a broker, utilizing AI tools like ChatGPT are super helpful, but using it the wrong way. My day-to-day as a broker, I do a lot of repetitive tasks, and I got sick of having to type in the same prompt. So I found a way to create a custom GPT that I can just run every time to do these simple repetitive tasks to save me time. So come check it out. This is what's called GPTs, and these are custom, basically instructions that people have actually created. You can create your own. And so you're going to go here. You can access your own ones that you've created, but you can create one right here from scratch. Boom, pops this page. And what I like about the configure is as you type stuff in, basically the page shows up kind of similar to when you access your regular ChatGPT. I'm in day-to-day tasks that I would like to just automate to some extent is extracting OM details. At times I have a tool already that creates OMs for me. I just plug the information and then boom, I have a created deck. But the other thing is when we're pushing a listing, I have to also extract that information and put it into an email. And what I found myself doing, an email or a marketing page like Crexy, and setting up the verbiage and copy to make sure it resembles what's listed in the OM about the property information. And I found myself going to ChatGPT and uploading the OM, be like, hey, extract all this information for me and come up with an email to send to investors. Or it just depends on the type of email, right? Maybe it's an email that's going to be an email blast. Another one is for specific buyers, stuff like that. So we're going to be creating that today. So you have that here. Now I've gone ahead and filled in the name. And like I said, as I'm typing stuff in, it types it in there. The description, I upload an OM and I'll automatically extract key details and insight into an email and or marketing page. It's going to do that for me. I think the most important key here is the instructions. So here I'm doing a very detailed purpose is to provide detailed offer memorandum summaries into a form. Again, you can't just be like, yeah, I'm gonna upload this OM for me and that's that. You have to be very specific. So this is where learning how to prompt, I think, is the most important when you're working with ChatGPT. There is a custom GPT that was created to help clean up your prompts. I think it's Prompt Engineer. You can be like, hey, here's a prompt I want to create, clean it up for me. And so you can take that prompt and then plug it into here. So what I have is, hey, the summary should include the following: lease info. I was very specific because if it's an owner user, meaning they run the business out of their building, they probably maybe don't have a lease. Sometimes they do have a lease, sometimes they don't. So I made that clear, like, hey, don't provide the lease information if that's not there. But otherwise, yeah, tenant, owner user, list price, a cap, rent commencement, guarantor, credit, the property info, address, lot size, basically all the information. Now, what I've learned that I've added in is like sometimes what ChatGPT will do is they will, if they can't find the information, they may just plug in whatever number. So maybe there are no dock doors, which in this case, the OM I'm going to upload doesn't have dock doors. But maybe because there's no information, they may say 2 dock doors, which is incorrect. So I just say, hey, just indicate not specified in the summary. And that's that. Conversation starters is basically the button. So that's that here. All right. Knowledge. What I've learned is, if you want some very specific information that you want this GPT to retain, like I could upload another OM and always compare it to that, but I'm not going to do that in this case. The specific model. So I wanted the most advanced thinking capabilities is web search. I don't want it to be accessible to the web right now. So I'm just keeping it as is. And then I think you can create it from there, but you can also do action. So this is where you take it to another level, which, in automating. So if you have like Zapier or any of these sort of automations where, hey, when I extract this information, you can add it to an email. Maybe you have an API to connect it to your Gmail account or something. Or you have a Zapier that has a rule that, hey, when this GPT runs, plug in this information to Gmail or to my email marketing campaign. You can set a lot of that stuff up. So that's one option you can do here, but I'm not going to do that. We're going to hit create. You can also test it out before you create it, but we're just going to create it. Only me. I only want to access this for now. It has this here. I also have an email revisor. I'm just testing stuff out. So I'm going to click it, extract OM. It's probably going to ask me, please upload the OM. All right. There it is. I'm uploading the OM, but you see it's already has that information. And it just popped up all this information for me. The property info, basically the format I gave it, right? Additional information, the email blast template. So it's going to say, hey, you should pick one of these titles, present a stabilized industrial investment asset or investment opportunity in Jacksonville, Florida. And then boom, I have all my information. And then the marketing page. So the headline, that when I'm creating the Crexy listing page, this is what I can do, quick facts, because it does ask for all this information. And this is something I can hand off to a VA or someone. So all that under a minute just saved me like probably 10, 15 minutes in going into ChatGPT, asking the prompt, and then taking the information. Now it's like set. I just click a button. We're in the process of getting an email marketing tool so I can have an API like a Zapier that connects it to that. Again, saves me even more time from there. But yeah, guys, this is what I'm talking about in utilizing AI to save you time. Try it out.